Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Brain Waves. We're going to talk about some economics 101. What I want to talk to you all about is Nissan Motor Corp, the actual car company. They have 12 to 14 months left to exist. Infiniti dealerships are also closing, and some of them have to merge with their Nissan partner dealership. So, what does all of this mean? Why is this important? Why should you care? We're going to get into this in just a second. I want to say hello to everyone here. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. If you are new here, I ask that you hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for doing it. I have a lot of things to offer here. I have a membership, I have a lot of services that I offer. If you also want to support my particular work, you can look on the screen at the bottom. You will see my Cash App and my PayPal. Thank you very much for that support. As a matter of fact, I want to shout out one or two other people who actually just hit the Cash App as well as the PayPal. So I want to shout out Waco. Thank you for hitting the Cash App. I want to shout out Daryl once again for hitting the Cash App a second time. All right. I also want to shout out, give me 1 second here. I'm going to make sure I get the names correct. I also want to shout out Amir Carter for hitting the PayPal. And when I say Amir Carter hit the PayPal, he hit the PayPal. Let me shout out the people that are here in the chat, and we're going to get back into this. Shout out Trending with Sharice. We got Maryland Edwards in the building. We got DW in the building. We got Naomi in the building. She says she can't stay long. Hey, it's all good. I'm not going to make this one too long. We got Floridian Rollo in the building. He's another content creator. Y'all make sure you subscribe to Floridian Rollo if you're not already subscribed to him. This is his name of his YouTube channel. He says, wait, don't tell me I'm right. I spoke on this earlier this year. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And we're going to look at all of this. A matter of fact, I'm about to go ahead and pull this up. So what I want to show you all to make sure that you can see that this stuff is official. And I'm going to tell you what this means. Now, I've been talking about these things in other areas, and what you're going to find is that my content as of late all ties in together. It's like pieces to a puzzle. Okay, so you might find I mentioned something over here and you'll see it over this area, etc., etc., etc. If you put it all together, it's all connected and it's all related. Okay, so this is something that I want you all to keep in mind, and I want you to be aware of this. Okay, so let me go ahead and get this on the screen. All right, what y'all are looking at right now is obviously you can see the Nissan. Now, this has been out, but I kind of want to talk about it because this particular timing is very significant. So you see it says Nissan has 12 to 14 months to survive. Okay. Side note, since we talk about cars, all right, if you look over here, it says everybody wanted to keep the Hemi except Stellantis' former CEO. And that's a whole nother conversation when it talks about the Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Motor Group. All right, they wanted to keep the Hemi V8, but I'll get into that conversation in a minute. So let's get back to Nissan. I just wanted to talk about it because y'all can see it pop up. It says times are tough at Nissan. The automaker announced plans last month to lay off approximately 9,000 employees. That's right, 9,000 employees. Representing 6.7% of its global workforce. And to cut production capacity by 20% due to declining sales, primarily in the US and China. Now, let me come on screen and explain this, okay? What y'all gotta understand. When you have declining sales in US and China, the United States and China are the two economic superpowers. Obviously, there's more. You got to include Japan. I really don't want to start getting into all the economics because people go say, well, what about the euro? Like, we get it, okay? But I want to talk about money-wise. They say the United States was number one. Now China is number one when it comes to money. And in both of those particular markets, both of those climates, sales are declining. So that should leave you scratching your head because I want to explain this. This is bigger than Nissan Motor Corp. What you're seeing with Nissan Motor Corp is happening and will happen with other companies. Now, it's not going to be every single company, but this will happen. Okay? This is the start of many, and I'm going to get into that in just a second. Let's get through the article because this is why some of you are here. You want to see the article, okay? It goes on to say the Financial Times, citing insider sources, have now reported that Nissan is seeking an anchor investor to help the automaker survive a make it or break it period over the next year. They say we have 12 or 14 months to survive, a senior official close to Nissan was quoted as saying in the FT report published on Tuesday. Some sources said Nissan was seeking a steady shareholder like a bank or insurance group, though it hasn't ruled out a rival automaker like Honda, which Nissan is already working with on the joint development of a vehicle electrification and software technologies as a part of a partnership first announced earlier this year. Don't be surprised if Nissan could potentially be a Honda. Now go figure. But hey, it is what it is. It says Nissan already counts Renault as a major shareholder. Renault previously saved Nissan from near bankruptcy in 1999. Okay, see, a lot of y'all thinking all these big companies don't have issues. Y'all thinking that these big companies don't be struggling, but they be struggling just like y'all. More money, more problems. They just got more stuff. It's just bigger. They got more products, but they be going through it too. Don't think they don't be going through it. It goes on to read that Renault previously saved Nissan from near bankruptcy in 1999, but has started downsizing its stake in the past several months from 43% to just under 36%. That's significant, right? That's bigger than it sounds. So anyway, it says separate sources close to Renault told the FT that Renault would be open to selling some of its shares in Nissan to Honda, as Honda's support for Nissan would ultimately benefit Renault as well. So don't be surprised if Nissan becomes Honda. It says Nissan's lineup has suffered over the years from limited model redesign, although that is slowly starting to change with planned introductions like a redesigned 2025 Murano and a 2025 Armada Patrol. The automaker also doesn't sell hybrids in the key US market, which has hurt its performance as the segment is growing. You know, people say, hey, I don't want an EV, but they like the benefits of an EV, but they still want the benefits of an ICE engine, that's internal combustion engine, gas engines, gas mobiles. So that's where hybrids come into play. All right. Anyway, it says a bright spot is the partnership with Honda, which will help Nissan expand its EV lineup. Mitsubishi may also join the partnership, potentially providing Nissan with access to plug-in hybrid technology. Okay, so don't be surprised if you see some type of Honda, Mitsubishi, Nissan merger. It almost reminds me of Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep. You have GM, Buick, and Cadillac. You see what I'm saying? Y'all get me. Now, let's switch over to Infiniti. Okay? This is what's going on with their luxury line. Infiniti is Nissan's luxury line, if you haven't noticed. It says some Infiniti dealers merge with Nissan to save money. Going with the article. This is from Car and Driver. It says a Nissan spokesperson confirmed the consolidation plan, but declined to provide exact numbers. So we don't know how many dealerships are actually going to be merging. Okay, this is published December the 11th. That was yesterday. It says Nissan is allowing some, not all, some Infiniti dealers to merge their dealerships with Nissan stores to lower costs. On average, Infiniti dealerships in the United States sell 24 new cars each month, according to a recent report by Automotive News. Okay. It says Car and Driver spoke with a Nissan representative who confirmed the move but declined to provide exact numbers. Both Nissan and its luxury arm, Infiniti, have seen better days. As sales figures continue to disappoint, Nissan is now allowing some Infiniti dealers to relocate into Nissan stores, according to a report by Automotive News. The brands will have distinct front of the house operations with separate showrooms for Nissan and Infiniti, but it will share back office and service operations. The move will help each brand shoulder the burden of overhead costs while increasing sales per location. Okay. It says Infiniti currently operates 197 dealerships throughout the country. According to the AM report, each location sells an average of 24 cars per month, which I mentioned earlier. It says the same report shows that Infiniti's share of the luxury market has plummeted in the last 5 years. Between January and September 2019, Infiniti sold 87,934 cars to cover 6% of the luxury market. Ouch! In the same period of 2024, the company just sold 42,567 at 2.8% of the luxury market. Speaking with Car and Driver, Brian Brockman, the Vice President of Communications for Nissan in the United States and Canada, confirmed that the company is discussing the move, but declined to provide any official numbers. So the actual individual is Mr. Brian Brockman. Okay. So anyway, he says Brockman also confirmed that even in the consolidated dealerships, each brand will have separate showrooms to maintain a luxury experience for Infiniti customers. Brockman pointed to Canada, where the company employed a similar strategy, as an example of proof the consolidation works. So, hey, it's going down. I want to speak on this. A lot of you are wondering, so what does this mean? Why bring this up, Brainwaves? Why should I care about this, Brainwaves? I'm not into cars. I'm not into economics. I didn't come to your YouTube channel for that. Well, let me share something with you. For those of you that come to my YouTube channel for spiritual insight, for me to quote unquote expose what's going on, you see, this is a byproduct of the fall of this economic system and the structure. Okay, it's in the book of Revelation. Book of Revelation, chapter 18, it says Babylon will fall, America's Babylon. So what we're having is these big companies can't keep charging people all of the money that they do, put out the products, and they actually think they're going to survive. You see, these companies are hurting. But what's happening is people are paying the increased subscription services. They're paying the increased cost of products. And so because we keep paying for all of that, we sit up here and complain and moan and groan and all that stuff. But because we're paying for it, they're able to sustain themselves. But what's happening is the high prices and all of that, it's not matching the products. It's not matching the services. People are not paying it. And now it's a decline. And what's going to happen is if you have Nissan go out of existence, let's go on the scenario that they don't get an investor. They don't merge with Honda. They don't merge with Mitsubishi. No one wants to pick them up. A bank, an insurance company like they're looking at. Let's just say that happens. Then it's going to upset the car market. It will upset both the luxury car market as well as the non-luxury car market. You see, it will allow other brands to monopolize, which means that if they're able to monopolize, it's less competition. So I'm giving y'all an economics lesson. If it's less competition, that means they can charge what they want, which is going to exacerbate the whole problem. Okay? And you're going to see this across the board. This is not just happening with the auto sales. I told y'all not ready for 2025. I told y'all better get ready for 2025. If you thought 2024 had some excitement, 2025 is going to have a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be good for some, bad for others. It depends on who you are, depends on where you are with all of this. Changes must be made. Things are not sustainable. There's so many things that's going on in social media. There's things that's going on in our economics. There's things that's going on everywhere. There's things that's going on in these churches. There's things that's going on everywhere you look. It's not sustainable. I told y'all that. And it all ties in. And you're going to see it all tie in. If Nissan goes out, even if they merge, Nissan will become a Honda. So that means that it would still cease to exist, but it would technically operate under Honda. So again, it's still going to cause an upset either way. Now, if an insurance company or a bank step in and they're completely a separate company, that's a different story. But this also lets you know that these big companies are struggling. A lot of places are not as it seems. Doesn't mean everywhere. There's a lot of places that are profitable. But this is an eye-opener. And again, it ties into the other things that I've talked about, the other videos that I've talked about, things that I will talk. A lot of stuff's not sustainable. A lot of content creators are going through this right now. They made deals with YouTube. You know, the ones that got 100,000, 200, 300, whatever thousand. They made deals with YouTube. They got to keep churning out videos, turning out videos. That's why they keep making all these videos like that. That's why they tell you, yeah, the best way to be successful on YouTube is to make a whole bunch of videos. You don't need to do that. That's not true. You can have one video that goes viral, and it's a sustainable video, and it just goes viral, and it just keeps going, keeps going. Congratulations, you did one video. You're successful. Now, anything you put out is going to get visibility. Come on now. I'm just trying to make a point here. You're going to see this happen. Content creators, it's going to be a big restructure. And this is actually a good thing because you got a lot of people and you got a lot of things that have been operating, or they have been doing things that they shouldn't be doing and shouldn't be operating in ways that they're operating in, that has cost people. It has cost us resources in society, in life, on social media. And so those people, you're going to see a change. You're going to see a shift. I'm telling you, it's happening in 2025. You're going to see more companies. You're going to see more content creators. You're going to see more churches. You're going to see more everything, more businesses, you name it. Change needs to come in. Change is good. A lot of people didn't want change, but it's inevitable. It is the cycle of life. It is the existence of life. We're birthed into this planet and we leave this planet. That's a cycle. That is change. No one lives forever. Come on now. So we're going to see what's going to happen with this going forward. I didn't want to spend a lot of time on this. I just wanted to report the news. I don't have a big audience right now, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'm going to get into the chat. Rollo says they rejected him 3 times. My, oh my, uh-oh, yeah. Um, Rollo says, well, this tell them they shouldn't have denied me. Hey, I mean, this is your spin on talking about it, Rollo. You already know. Let me comment on this because I think that a lot of people don't know. So Trina with Cherie says her boyfriend has this car. I've had Nissans before. I've had Infinitis before. And what I want to tell you is that if you own the car, it will get serviced one way or the other. The question is, what's going to happen with the state of the dealerships? Will a dealership in your area still be open? So if you do go to a dealership, do you have to go way across town? I mean, there's a lot of questions with that. You know, if they get bought out, will Honda be able to service Nissans? I don't know. But it's something that y'all want to keep an eye out. A lot of people obviously have Nissans. A lot of people have Infiniti. They're very popular vehicles. Right? They're a competitor to Honda and Toyota on the Nissan line. And then on the Infiniti line, they're a competitor with Lexus and Acura in particular. Because that's kind of like the Toyota and the Honda. You know, they're more so in competition with them, but they do compete with other luxury brands. You could say Hyundai. You know, now Hyundai has Genesis, so they compete with them. And there's several other brands they compete with. You get my point. But the point is, it's about to shift everything. Y'all seen a shift when it comes to church with TD Jakes. You're seeing a shift with the music energy with Diddy. Now you're having Jay-Z. You're going to have a lot more. This is only beginning. If I was talking about Jay-Z right now, I'd probably have 1,000 people in the building. You're seeing a shift in the auto industry. You're going to see a shift across the board because change needs to take place. So I want you to pay attention to these things. Look what Marilyn Edwards says. She said her daughter just bought a 2024 Nissan 3 months ago. This is my point. They're very popular vehicles. I know a lot of people with Nissans. I know a lot of people with Infinitis. Very popular vehicles. So this is something that you all want to think. And, you know, let me just say this. If you are in the market for purchasing another vehicle, you got to think twice about this stuff. We can't just be frivolously going out, oh, let me just buy this car and buy that car. I mean, what will it mean with your long-term ownership? Sure, if you leasing it, who cares? You're going to drive it for a year or two and that's it. Maybe you're only going to lease it for a year. So if Nissan stays in business or not, you good. But I'm just making a point. We got to think about these things long-term. And again, you're going to see a shift with our economics. You're going to see a shift with everything in 2025. Trying to tell y'all. Trying to give y'all a heads up so y'all can make moves accordingly. So be more wise and tell your family and your friends and your loved ones to make more wise moves in 2025. Don't just be buying stuff. Don't just be doing stuff. Y'all need to think about it. Y'all really need to think about it. So, hey, I said what I needed to say. I'm pretty much about to get out of here. I appreciate everybody watching and listening. Again, thank you to those that hit the Cash App and the PayPal. I really appreciate y'all. I'm going to remember y'all. Y'all always support the platform. Y'all been here. So, again, when stuff changes, when the come up takes place, hey, I'm going to remember y'all. I know who y'all are. So, yeah. With that being said, I pretty much said it. Share it with your family, with your friends. Trina with Cherie says she's going to tell her boyfriend about this. Y'all feel free to share it. So, hey, with that being said, this ain't the news that y'all used to hearing on my channel. But again, everything's about change. So you can't keep covering the same stories and not cover other things that are actually important and relevant to people out here, what they're going through. And that's what I cover. Information and stories that impact people. That's relevant to a lot of people. So, hey, y'all gonna see that shift and I'm gonna comment on it. I've already seen it. I've already known the Most High showed me a lot of stuff, but I'll leave that for another live stream. So I'm about to get out of here. Again, thank y'all for watching and listening. Thank y'all for your support. I really do appreciate it. And with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Until then, blessings and peace.